Hi everyone, it's Christelle, Vintage Christelle at YouTube and Christelle at Etsy.com. Nice to see you all, or know that you're there. Today I'm going to show you a lot of books that I got at the local thrift stores, Goodwill, charity shops, and our Friends of the Library book sale. And these are all mystery books. This one is Agatha Raisin by M.C. Beaton, and Agatha Raisin, the Potted Gardener, and that is Robinson Books from Britain. So this one says, Agatha is taken aback when she finds a new woman ensconced in the affections of her attractive bachelor neighbor James Lacey. The beautiful Mary Fortune is superior in every way, especially when it comes to gardening, and with Carsley Garden Open Day looming, Agatha feels this deficiency acutely. So when Mary is discovered murdered, buried upside down in a pot, Agatha seizes the moment and immediately starts yanking up village secrets by their roots and digging the dirt on the hapless victim. But Agatha has an awkward secret too. So that sounds interesting, and I really like these British cozies, especially MC Beaton. And let's see, this is Josephine Tay. This one is called A Shilling for Candles. I'll just keep this here so you can look at them. I have to raise it up where I can see. A Shilling for Candles. When a woman's body washes up on an isolated stretch of beach on the southern coast of England, Scotland Yard's Inspector Alan Grant is on the case. But the inquiry into her death turns into a nightmare of false leads and baffling clues. Was there anybody who didn't want lovely screen actress Christine Clay dead? The basis for Alfred Hitchcock's Young and Innocent, this fascinating mystery displays all of Tay's warmth and charm and sympathy and insight. So that one sounds pretty good too. This will be Magdalen Nabb's The Death of an Englishman, a Marshall Garnaccia investigation. Forgive me if I mispronounce these Italian words. Death of an Englishman introduces Marshal Salvatore Garnaccia of the Florentine Carabinieri. He wants to go south for Christmas to spend the holiday with his family in Sicily, but a retired Englishman living in Florence has been murdered. Who has shot Mr. Langley Smythe in the back? Sorry, I was trying to focus. The marshal must discover the identity of the criminal and the motive for the crime before he can take the train home for the holidays. I hope I'm focusing for you while I'm trying to focus my eyes. I had an eye test yesterday and they dilated my pupils. Boy, it lasted like 12 or more hours, and that is something perplexing if you want to read. This is Agatha Christie's Sad Cyprus. And all of these paperback books cost me 35 cents on the thrift store on the day that they have book sale. So that was really great. Anyway, beautiful young Eleanor Carlyle stood serenely on the dock, in the dock, the British judge's dock, accused of the murder of Mary Gerard, her rival in love. The evidence was damning. Only Eleanor had the motive, the opportunity, and the means to administer the fatal poison. Yet inside the hostile courtroom, only one man still presumed Eleanor was innocent until proven guilty. Hercule Poirot was all that stood between Eleanor and the gallows. What Agatha Christie taught me was all about the delicate placement of the red herring. She was the ultimate genius behind by indirections we shall find directions out. And that's a quote by Elizabeth George, the best-selling author of the Inspector Lindley novels. So, Agatha, always a good mystery. I was listening to an Agatha Christie short story on the way to the library today, and on the Faithful Walkman, listening to an old tape. Okay, this is Jacqueline Winspear, Maisy Dobbs, and I got a bunch of Winspear books. I was really glad about that at the library in the next town over on the coast here. Introducing Maisy Dobbs, the British counterpart to Alexander McCall Smith's The #1 Ladies Detective Agency. That's what it says about her. So, the daughter of a struggling greengrocer, Maisy Dobbs was only 13 when she was sent to work as a maid for wealthy London aristocrats. But, being bright and thoughtful beyond her years, Maisy studies her way to Cambridge, then serves as a nurse on the front during the Great War. Now it's the spring of 1929, nearly 10 years after the armistice, and Maisy has just opened her own detective agency. Her first assignment, a seemingly open and shut infidelity case, will reveal a much darker, deeper mystery, forcing Maisy to revisit the horrors of the war and the ghosts she left behind. Refreshing, absorbing, and beautifully rendered, Maisy Dobbs marks the beginning of an incredible new series. One of these quotes says, "A quirky literary creation, a romance, a tale of terror, and a historical novel." Okay, another one by Jacqueline Winspear, Birds of a Feather. I love these graphics, these 20s and 30s. I think they're really super. Okay, where are we? Birds of a Feather. Jacqueline Winspear's marvelous and inspired debut, Maisy Dobbs won her fans from coast to coast and raised her intuitive and resourceful heroine to the ranks of literature's favorite sleuths. Birds of a Feather finds Maisy on another dangerously intriguing adventure in London between the wars. It is the spring of 1930, and Maisy has been hired to find a runaway heiress. When 3 of the heiress's old friends are found dead, Maisy must race to find out who would want to kill these seemingly respectable young women, before it's too late. As Maisy investigates, she discovers that the answers lie in the unforgettable agony of the Great War. So, these sound really interesting. I'm going to be glad to dig into these. And I do see them often on BookTube. And I'm going to have to watch some reviews too and decide which one to read first. I guess I should start at the beginning. This is Jacqueline Winspear's A Lesson in Secrets, another Maisy Dobbs novel. Look at these cars and the architecture and the clothing. So this one cost me $1, and no, wait, I take that back. It cost me $1.50, and I had gone to right before that day, in which I found this book and the others. I had gone to Barnes & Noble, and of course there is the full price. So I'm really excited when I find a copy at the thrift store for pennies compared to that. Let's see. This one's on the inside jacket. In the summer of 1932, Maisy Dobbs' career takes an exciting new turn when she accepts an undercover assignment directed by Scotland Yard's Special Branch and the Secret Service. Posing as a junior lecturer, she is sent to a private college in Cambridge to monitor any activities not in the interests of His Majesty's government. When the college's controversial pacifist founder and principal, Greville Liddicoat, is murdered, probably because of his name, Maisy is directed to stand back as Detective Chief Superintendent Robert McFarlane and Detective Chief Inspector Robert Stratton spearhead the investigation. Soon she discovers, however, that the circumstances of Liddicoat's death appear inextricably linked to the suspicious comings and goings of faculty and students under her surveillance. Whoop. To unravel this web, Maisy must overcome a reluctant Secret Service, discover the shameful hidden truths about Britain's conduct during the Great War, and face off against the rising powers of the, Nation als Sozialistische Deutsche Arbeiterpartei, the Nazi Party in Britain. As the storm clouds of World War II gather on the horizon, this pivotal chapter in the life of Maisy Dobbs foreshadows new challenges and powerful enemies facing the psychologist and investigator, and will engage new readers and loyal fans of this outstanding series. It's not very interesting for you to look at that black print on white paper. So, this, one more, no, wait. I'll show you that in another. So, I think I'll cut that off there for now, and I'll record another one in a second. Okay, bye. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Hope you love the mystery books like I do, and the cozy mysteries, and God bless you.